all I can say is, being 34 and pregnant after 14 years, it feels like I don't even know what to expect in pregnancy anymore. I woke up this morning thinking that I'm just having a routine CTG scan to check the baby's heart rate, because the baby's growing under the projectile graph for the size it should be, as I've mentioned previously in my videos. So there's concerns around whether or not the baby's receiving enough oxygen from the umbilical cord, and if it's affecting its growth. This can limit its survival in birth. So I have to go into the hospital twice a week to do scans on the baby's heart, and once every 2 weeks to check the growth, so that they could come up with a plan of what the best option is if I need to be put into early labor to increase the survival rate of my baby. So yeah, I literally jumped out of bed, made my bed, to start my day. Throughout this process, I will say that what I've learned is, when you are a high-risk pregnancy, it's always good to travel with some sort of shower gel, soap, toothbrush, towel. I mean, they provide towels at the hospital, but your sponge, just necessities, because you don't know if you're going to be held in the hospital at any time. Just like this morning, I just thought I was going to have a routine appointment. I'm normally on the machine for 15 minutes and given the all clear, but as I said, pregnancy can be so unpredictable, especially being high risk. Throughout this process, it made me realize that you can plan as much as you want, but, you know, just be prepared for anything. Obviously, I had packed my suitcase previously with all the baby stuff and things that I needed if I had to stay in for the labour. And I had left this by the front door. However, it's just a bit tricky and difficult if you don't have someone that's designated to agree that they're able to leave whatever they're doing to come and bring you your things. It can be difficult. Obviously, I have friends, a lot of my friends work, or they have other things they're doing, or they live far away from me, so it can be difficult. In regards to family, majority of my family live abroad, so I literally am on my own. It can be very difficult as well, because I can be prideful when it comes to asking people for help, and that's just due to past trauma. I don't really want to get too deep into it, but yeah, I've just learned to rely on myself. My parents have always travelled. I've been living on my own since the age of 16, and I have received help here and there, but it's not normal like how, you know, people that's grown up in this country and their parents own houses and stuff like that and have a ton load of money put down. Like, my parents are immigrants. I brought my mum over from Jamaica, so yeah, she's now travelled back home. So anyway, I decided that I'm going to do some laundry to get some things out the way. Like, life does not stop moving. Even though I'm pregnant, I still have my normal routine things to take care of as a parent. So this is just me doing some of my laundry before I leave. I put on this dress thinking, yeah, this is the one, because it seemed kind of warm. And I think that just because I'm pregnant, it doesn't mean that I have to dress like a granny or put down my youth. However, I'm not going to lie, I forgot my oyster when I went to the train station, and when I was walking, the dress was riding up on me, having big thighs. You know, like, these things do not work. So I actually went back to get my oyster, and then I flung on these trousers and just wore it as a top, because I was just more comfortable. For some reason, I don't really feel comfortable in dresses and showing so much thigh. It's not really... I prefer leggings, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, I just made my way to the hospital. And this is to the day clinic. And this is where high-risk pregnancy goes. So if you have, for instance, high blood pressure, low blood pressure, diabetes, preeclampsia, any issues in pregnancy, you will go to the day unit and they will monitor the fetus, the movements, the heartbeat, so they could pick up anything that's wrong to increase the baby's survival rate and come up with a birthing plan. that's suitable for you based on what the charts and the graphs are showing. So this is me making my way over to the birth center. It was quite quiet over there today. There was not much women on the ward. The midwives here are very attentive. They made everything clear of what was happening. So I was put on the machine. This is about the second time I've been here since I've been pregnant, since I had my meeting with a consultant. And it was not going good from this point. So the baby's heartbeat was fluctuating and it was moving around a lot. I did come into the triage on the Friday because I noticed that the baby was moving way more than it normally does. So it was like all day, all night, which is not normal. Normally the baby will be moving when I eat, or when I go to bed it will be up. And I was thinking, yeah, something's not right. But they did give me the all clear on the Friday. But because I've returned and I've done the second reading, and now it's showing that the baby's heartbeat is irregular, I had to stay on the machine instead of 15 minutes, but for an hour. After the hour, I did another reading because it didn't give me the all clear on the machine. It showed that something was wrong. So I had to stay on for another hour. After this, the midwife had to go and consult with the doctors, in which the doctors then noticed that the baby's heart was fluctuating and it was going down. There's moving around a lot. Something was not right. But I myself suffer from a heart condition and it's generational. My dad's had about 6 heart attacks and some issues with his heart. It runs in the family. My grandma had blood clots, so I'm supposed to be taking Bepazimol, I think it's called. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember the name of the medication, but it's a beta blocker and it slows down your heartbeat. So sometimes my heart will fluctuate and I'll get breathless. So since I've been pregnant, I was told not to take it. However, this can be affecting the baby, possibly. I don't know. So I was told at this point that I may have to stay overnight for monitoring, and the baby was going to receive I was going to receive a shot of steroids to mature the baby's lungs. At this point, I realized, oh my God, I don't have nothing with me. But I needed to bathe at this point. It was after 5. The midwife did give me a towel. She was nice enough, but they didn't have any shower gel or anything like that. So I had to just make do with what I had. I literally used the hand soap to wash out my underwear and wash out my top because I was just sweating like, I swear down, it was just so hot. So yeah, this is just me washing out my underwear in the sink and washing out my blouse because I'm going to be kept in overnight for monitoring again on the machine. So at this point, I was thinking, oh my God, this baby can be coming at any time. And now I've been given the shot to mature the baby's lungs, which means it's a definite that I'm definitely not going to carry this baby full term. Obviously, they're doing their best for me to carry the baby as long as possible. But yeah, at this point, I did feel kind of lonely because I was thinking, you know, all my life growing up, I never really enjoyed Christmas as per se, or I don't really remember many of my birthday when I reach a certain age. I've always maintained my son having big parties or traveling to Jamaica or other places with my son on Christmas to avoid being here because I don't really have much family over here. I did take a walk to Tesco's because I really needed some snacks. I felt really hungry and the hospital food was not it. I did order my son some food. I had another scan to see whether or not I was going to receive the steroid shot, so they could do a comparison. So yeah, I was hooked up to the machine for approximately an hour at this point. One thing about that steroid shot, it burns. I was bumper clotting and clotting and shouting. I didn't even expect myself to act that way because I thought I'm quite good with needles. I've got so many tattoos, so I thought it'd be like an easy ride. Honestly, at this point, the baby was moving around a lot. This is me after I received the shot. Lord, yeah, it was not nice at all. I'm telling you, my leg was burning. It's like literally you can feel acid running through the entirety of your leg. Yeah, that was one of the worst injections I've ever felt. So this injection actually matures the baby's lung. So it helps develop the baby's lung so that when they are born premature, they will have a high survival rate. So yeah, after I received the shot, about 6 o'clock, I was put back on the machine to do another update to see where the baby is at this point. I went to sleep and I was woken up at approximately, I think this was at like 3 a.m. I can't remember the time. And then I had some breakfast in the morning. I didn't eat the toast though because it went kind of cold because I was like busy speaking to the nurse and stuff. And the tea, I just had some of the tea really. But I couldn't eat that tough piece of bread. I was just thinking, oh Lord, I wish I was at home that I could eat some proper food. One thing is, going to the hospital, the best food to have is like the jacket potato or something. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just sitting here and I've been told that I'm going to be kept in for longer for more monitoring and I need to take a second shot of the steroid injection. But I just decided I need to go home and get my clothes. I need to go home and freshen up and brush my teeth at least, go check on my son and all that. So yeah, my shorts and my top that I washed out the night before had dried. So I decided to freshen up because, yeah, I've been sweating all night. I just used the robe as a bath mat and made it do what it do. And I used a hand soap to wash out my crotches and my armpit. Yeah, I just had to do what it do. I was put back on the machine for, I think it's 15 minutes. Yeah, then the doctors came and told me that they don't advise me to leave because of the medication I've been taken and I need to take another shot. And they're not liable if anything goes wrong. But I just had to go home and get my stuff. When I returned back to the hospital, I had a bit of lunch. It was a sandwich, a bit of ice cream and a slice of cake. I waited again, took another shot of the steroids, and then I was given a jacket potato, which was not bad. So yeah, that's it really. I have another appointment on Friday, so hopefully that goes well. And yeah, I will be updating you guys on what's happening, but definitely this baby's coming early.